This June, Californians will head to the polls to help decide who could become the state's next governor, while the final decision comes in November. For now, 9 leading Democratic hopefuls and several Republicans are in the race. To help you get to know them a little bit better and what they say they would bring to the job, I sat down with the candidates at this past weekend's Democratic convention, and I will also do the same with the Republican Party. And to keep things fair, I drew names at random for these interviews. Meet Katie Porter. For people that are meeting you for the first time, why are you deciding to run for governor of California?
I'm running for governor of California to bring down costs for regular Californians. Affordability has become a big buzzword, but people don't need politicians telling them that life is unaffordable. They know. I'm a single mom of 3 teenagers. I push the grocery cart. I pay the bills. I fill up my minivan with gas. So I know what it's like to see your expenses go up and dollars not just stretch far enough. Affordability has been my life's work, studying families pushed into bankruptcy by medical debt or job loss, running a statewide foreclosure prevention program for then Attorney General Kamala Harris. So we need big solutions on affordability. People aren't leaving California because they're $5 or $10 short. They're leaving California because they are hundreds and hundreds of dollars away from being able to take care of their family the way they want.
And if you were to be elected, what would be your top 3 priorities your first year in office?
We have to look at what are families' biggest expenses. So they are housing, first and foremost. It takes up most of people's budget. So building more housing, building housing much more quickly. We build 2 years slower in California than in Colorado. We can do better. We're the most innovative state in the world, in the country, so we can innovate in how we build housing. Different construction techniques, different materials. My second priority is free childcare for every Californian. You can talk to any kind of economist from the far left to the far right, and they will all say that bringing down the cost of childcare is the biggest thing we could do to make our economy grow and accelerate. And then the third thing is we talk about affordability, and I've taken on big corporations and greedy corporations with my whiteboard in Congress, but one of the things we can do for affordability is change government's role in it. So to that end, I will eliminate state income tax for Californians making less than $100,000. That is a real affordability solution. We can deliver it right away.
And I do want to talk about homelessness. California has spent billions trying to address this big issue. What would you do differently to address homelessness?
It's really hard to solve a problem when the problem's getting bigger. So we have to focus on preventing people from becoming homeless. That is really important. Well, we're not right now. We're putting all of our money in helping those who have experienced long-term homelessness. Those people are important. They're Californians, and we need to get them into permanent supportive housing. But homelessness and the path to get there are other intervention points that are much less expensive and much more humane. So things like rapid rehousing, eviction prevention strategies, these work. They're cheaper, and they stop people from ever having to live on our streets.
Do you think that California has gone too far, not far enough, or has struck the right balance when it comes to criminal justice reform?
We're definitely moving in the right direction on criminal justice reform, particularly in terms of looking back at what are the consequences of our 3-strike law. In terms of retail theft, which has been a big issue, in terms of street crime, prevention is always going to be the first strategy, because it's not just about catching the person and punishing them and they commit a crime. We all think that should happen. It is about making sure that people feel confident that they can walk down the street safely. They can go to a playground with their kids and be safe. We've passed Prop 36. That's focused on punishment. We need punishment, but we really need to dig in on prevention and making our streets feel safe.
And we are going to keep these candidate profiles going at 6:30, giving you a closer look at the top Democrats in the race. Tomorrow, I sit down with Antonio Villaraigosa, and we are also working to sit down with the Republican candidates as we continue our coverage for the race for California's next governor.